If you fuck.
Top the.
Hey.
Oh, hey, hi, hello. We are here. Welcome on in. Sorry, the trailer ended right then, and that's where, as they say, the blood bag crumbles. You know.
Hope it doesn't.
Well, just don't use reusable blood bags. We're gonna go around the room, introduce who we're gonna be playing, and then we'll go ahead and start off for tonight. We have a very interesting show set for this evening. And episode title, Reignited. And we will go ahead and go around the room, and we'll go ahead and start with Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I play Dmitri, the crazy Russian Ventru.
I don't know why, for some reason, I was expecting you to say Dmitri the Ravnos, and I was like, that's not for shrews. Next up, we have Hannah.
Hello, I'm Hannah, playing Eva Hill, the Bruja, keeping the crazy Russian somewhat, in the mild state.
Tamed, I think is the correct term.
Yeah, tamed, yeah. But really, that's not realistic either, so.
It's like holding the leash that you're a part of, you know? It's like you're holding your own leash is really what's happening here.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Next up, we have Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Carter the Tremere, and I apologize getting over a cold, so I don't sound like my normal nice self.
The humanity's finally kicking in. You hate to see it.
Yeah, really couldn't blush today. Sorry, y'all.
And next up, we have Ian.
Hey, I'm Ian. That's just it. I'm just Ian. Hi, happy to be here. Nah, I'm playing Michael the Ravnos. I had to try really hard to not say Ventru. She put that in my head. But yeah, I'm just here to have a good time. Not a long time.
Indeed, as we start off, episode, guys, 65. Can you believe it? 65.
That's epic.
We're here.
That's almost 100.
I know. I wasn't expecting it to go this long, but here we are, burning down Indy one cobblestone at a time.
Oh, we're gonna have to be more efficient than one cobblestone at a time.
Yeah.
We really need to turn up the heat.
Weird
Heat, you say?
heat, you say, with episode 65 called Reignited. I'm here for it.
Well, shit.
And before anybody gets ahead of themselves, Michael is unbondable. So we know one thing's not reignited.
Is it your blood because you are combusting?
Oh my god. I didn't think about that one. GG, everybody. See you in the next Kindred.
You know what it means, though, is you can be in love with Nessa for real and not have to question your feeling.
Nah, I'm good.
I mean, you went to her before you were bonded the first time.
Well, that was a moment of weakness, and emotions were weird.
Don't you hate those darn things?
Yep.
Always getting you down.
Carter has so many questions.
I have so many questions as storyteller and the multiple personalities. As we get started for this evening, it has been a very eventful night for you guys, as you guys have sort of all went back to gain some information and some safety on where you can lay low and gather some information. Michael and Carter spent some time in the library, where they ran into a familiar little Malkavian that has difficulties putting boundaries in place, or not overstepping, I should say, with her ability of hearing. But she was doing some research where Carter was hungry for that knowledge, as also trying to find how she is stacking her books. But you were able to tell Carter that she was doing some sort of history research of some kind. Dimitri and Eva, you guys had the night to sort of decompress and debrief with X on what occurred yesterday. But after that, you guys were sort of let go, and you guys did something that I think, fairly enough, Dimitri and Eva would be the only ones interested in doing, and that is going back to the location of the Masquerade breach. And retrieve some cameras with their new friend Isaiah. After some time looking over, you guys were able to go ahead and find out that the cameras were not bugged in any sort of capacity. And that is before Isaiah mentioned that they had to take care of some other business. And left the car, but they did make sure to provide you, Dimitri, with a phone number, so that way you can reach out and contact them at a later time. But he said he didn't need to go and handle some personal endeavors.
Gotcha.
But the night is yours, guys. You guys just woke up not too long ago. You guys are maybe about 45 minutes into this night. And it's a good time. Where do you guys want to go? Indianapolis is your oyster.
Seems like a trap.
Michael, can you believe that she was alphabetizing her books instead of using Dewey Decimal System? This is ridiculous.
So honestly, I've never understood Dewey Decimal System. So alphabetization, I think that's the word, would make the most sense to me.
You could tell Carter's disappointed in you.
Oh, 100%. But at the same time, I see the disappointment in your eyes. Do I look like I read a lot?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it doesn't have Batman in it, I'm probably not reading it.
I mean, Carter can understand that. It's Batman.
It's Batman. Speaking of, I have a pull list that I gotta go pick up still.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We're going to the comic book store. Did you expect
Hell
that
yeah.
Where's my bingo card?
Was that in your preparation? Were you ready for Michael to have to go pick up their pull list that they've been neglecting?
Sir, this has been sitting here since 1986.
Yeah.
We don't have your pull list anymore, sir.
I'm sorry.
I really deeply need to know where we go to get comic books as Kindred in Indy.
I know exactly, because I went there and I seen some of the people, and I would believe that half of those people were at least Kindred.
I know that I'm 3 months late on picking up my pull list, but I need New 52 Green Lantern. I'm that far behind.
Wow.
Yep. Also, do you have Infinite Crisis in the full run? Because I need that too. My last one was in the car that just got burnt. Don't ask questions. No, that's for later. We'll cross that bridge.
Perfect. So where are you guys really wanting to go?
I figured that was probably a safe place to go to.
I mean, you could go to comic book store if you want to go to the comic
any
book store.
sort of. I figured that'd be out of the prying ears of the tower, probably.
Very bold assumption, but I like where your head's at, Michael.
The
That
name
place
of
is just
the name of the
crawling
place
with
is called
nos.
the Tower. Tower Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Sure,
If it was Tower Comics, then nope. I need to move my pull list.
So besides, coming to lend a hand to X, were we given any specific goals to accomplish in our time in Indy from the Boston movement?
No, they with the projects you completed while in Boston, the two of you,
Mhm.
She sort of gave you like clear passage to head to Indy, and then now you guys are Indy's problems more or less.
Gotcha. um, are any of my criminal contacts still in the area?
You haven't reached out to them. You could absolutely attempt to reach out and see if there's any sort of connections still there.
I'm mostly looking to do some. I need to hire some assets.
Go ahead and I believe you have contacts.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll charisma
And
plus
influence.
influence plus contacts.
Okay. Trying to. Is there a way to roll the actual background, or you just add the?
I think you just add it as a modifier.
Okay, gotcha.
Michael and Carter, you guys arrive at the comic book store. It's late, but you're looking at, barely pushing past like 9 o'clock. Like sun's down, but it's not kindred hours, as it were.
So we're early risers at this point? Like,
Yeah, I mean, like you haven't.
oh, it's not
woken-
like sketchy kindred hours.
Right, it's not
Okay.
like, oh, it's 3 a.m. and I'm calling up to the comic book store. It's like, oh, there actually is probably mortals that just don't have lives and are at the comic book store at like after 9 o'clock.
I feel a little called out from the college.
Whoa. Whoa.
I know
Bro,
shots
that was like
fired.
16 to 23 for me. I had a life. I was also at the comic book store a lot.
Oh, I didn't, and I was at the comic book store a lot. Okay, I was talking about me, but whether you guys took personal offense to it at all is your own issues that you have to work through, friends.
Help!
That's
I'm
man I
being,
met at that comic book store.
I'm being accosted by my storyteller.
3 successes.
Okay,
I'll be in your support group.
exactly. You make your support group. They always say TTRPGs is a safe place to work through all sorts of things, but comic books is not one of them. Yeah, but you guys arrive. There's a multitude of cars out in the parking lot, and it looks like the comic book store probably has like 10 to 15 people inside.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put up a passive number for Sense the Beast.
Okay,
2 hits,
perfect.
2 successes. So ideally, if there's anybody who's not more, well, ideally I'll be able to kind of differentiate to see if there's anybody pinging not mortal in there.
Ideally, that would be, what is that dice roll that is opposing that?
I'm
Threshold.
double checking right now because I always forget. It is solve an animalism plus composure or versus composure and subterfuge.
Okay.
So a win allows the user to sense the level of hostility in a target. Whether the person is prepared to do or even determined to cause it, cause harm, that is, and whether or not they have any sort of beast,
Roar.
marking them as either kindred or wolf.
Double roar.
And a crit win, which I don't think would happen, would give me their hunger or rage level.
I love that for you.
So maybe I could tell my buddy Carter, make him really fucking hungry. He's already there.
Yeah, Card feels a little bit bad about that move.
You guys keep bringing it up, but it's not a time that Carter enjoys thinking about.
I mean, I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not that he didn't do it to enjoy it. He did it to see what would happen.
For science, as they say.
I didn't do it to be awful. I did it to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
I'm a kid with a magnifying glass. Of course I've fried some ants.
Just so messed up.
That's super messed up.
As you're Anything else you guys would like to do prior to walking into this comic book store?
That's a sentence I wasn't expecting to have to answer.
Yeah, how do you like it?
You know what?
No,
I'm
not-
also gonna turn awe on.
Okay.
I'm gonna blush if that wasn't already stated.
It was not stated, but I appreciate your blushed state.
I guess I'll do it too.
Carter, are you bringing a date to the comic book store that isn't Michael?
If you say yes, I'm gonna be
That's
so
a
pissed.
very
I'm
good
so
question.
I know.
How does Ashley feel about comic book stores, and does she want to come too?
You would know that she doesn't super care about comics, but she'd rather be in a comic book store than the Tower of the Camarilla.
It's kind of where I'm at. As well.
Man, there's a lot of things I don't think I'd ever had imagined saying, but I'm glad
Welcome.
we're here for it.
Yes, thank you, and you're welcome.
So both of you guys are blushed up on a Tuesday, walking into the comic book store.
I'm making my way to the counter. I'm picking up this goddamn pull list that I keep forgetting to pick up. We don't have to RP that. I'm just getting a handful of comics.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I go find every My Little Pony comic that has come out since Dimitri left Indy, because I'm sure he hasn't kept up.
Go ahead and roll wits and investigation for me, please. DC is 2.
Does my specialization in Brony help?
It sure does. I wish you had that specialization. That would have been amazing. Also, Dimitri, you actually lose a point of humanity because you don't have that specialization. Hey, with 3 successes, almost on the bestial failure for the My Little Pony jeez, comics. What is this game? What is this game?
Fantastic. You're welcome.
When you play vampire for just a little too long.
And then we just become regular people again.
Exactly. It's the whole cycle. You walk through and you collect 4 issues. Michael, you walk up to the counter and grab your list
Yes.
out any sort of issue.
Hell yes. Been so excited.
Can both you guys roll wisdom awareness, please? DC 3.
What the hell is stalking us?
Why do you assume someone's stalking you and not you're noticing something?
Because we've met you.
Okay. Feel so attacked.
Oh crap!
Same.
Oh, that's real bad.
That's real bad. I'm unfortunately dedicated to finding this My Little Pony stuff.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna willpower that.
Okay.
Come on, you son of a bitch. Hey, okay.
Nice.
So that's gonna be your R3.
Yeah, as you're sort of talking, Michael, you notice that there's not like a heavy amount, but you do notice there is a very, very light blood trail that enters in to the bookstore, and you can just sort of see it enter in and then sort of walk down one of the aisles.
Well, shit. All
Did you
right.
say that out loud?
Yeah, actually, as I'm perusing other comics and like trade runs and everything, I just shit.
Carter perks up. What's up?
Oh, and I'm just gonna point like, at the floor. Just that's.
And it's not like a trail, like someone smeared any blood. It looks like it's just a few drops here and there Like it looks like someone like scraped something and it's like just slightly bleeding. It's not like it's a full like someone's drugging a body or anything like that.
Okay, that is helpful to know.
Yeah.
So I was ready for it to be like, so somebody's just murdering people in your comic book shop. You know what? I've been to a few that feel like I probably would.
What?
New domain idea.
True.
Hey, you nerds!
Tower
You want to
Comics.
meet?
Here we come.
Tower Comics.
Hey, you fucking nerds! You want to meet some vampires?
Oh,
I hate it here.
that's a good way to get a herd.
Yeah. Oh man, changing my predator type right now. This is a great night.
Great night.
Yeah, I'm gonna point it out. Just that could be nothing. Could be everything. Hoping it's nothing.
Does it look fresh?
Yes. And once Michael points it out, you can see it, and it does look like it's fresh, as in probably within the last like 10 or 15 minutes before you guys got here.
Is there enough blood for me to do taste of blood?
Yeah, you could go and take some blood off the floor and lick it if you really want to.
I mean,
I was gonna ask you if that was something you felt comfortable doing.
It brings Bloodhound to a whole new level, really.
it
What
does.
you got, boy? Sniff him out.
I don't have bloodhound plus taste of blood, and I'm hungry for knowledge. I don't really stop to think about what it looks like before I do things.
So please describe the scene that you put yourself into now that you see the blood on the ground and have decided how you want to taste the blood.
Oh, so I'm assuming I'm not being like watched and cameras and stuff, but I will like kneel down and look at a comic on a rack on the floor, right? So it's like looking like I'm just getting comfy to dig through the stuff on the bottom rack, and I just sort of surreptitiously put my hand down and smear it through the blood, and then come up and
I like that.
I don't know which is worse, the crunchy experience or just tasting floor blood.
crunchy experience, hands down.
Yeah, that was probably the worst thing I had to listen to getting caught up on the
Oh,
podcast.
it's so gross. I have to continue to make jokes about it so that I can feel okay about myself as a person.
Valid.
Wait, Warren or Carter? I'm confused.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure we're on the same page.
We are.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him do his thing.
Yeah.
That's between him and
Kane.
whoever.
Ooh, that's a
blood he's
critical
tasting.
success.
Ooh, I think that's some
Blood apparently is the way to do this.
Or is it the comic book store that's giving you your successes?
Well, we'll have to do repeated floor blood
Exactly.
testing to figure it out.
I can make that happen for you. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I know you can.
I can bait some mortals in here and leave some blood around if we really need to start doing that.
All right. So with a base win, resonance and intensity of the blood of human, whether the blood belongs to a mortal ghoul or vampire or other supernatural creature. Crit win reveals the subject, whether the subject has ever committed diablerie, and the generation within one if it is a vampire.
It is a kindred. And it is between 12 and 14.
Okay.
And as far as the resonance goes, you can let me pull it up real quick.
I don't think I would get that since
Oh,
a
it's all
kindred.
right. It's right, because it's only if that were for mortals, correct?
Yes. Now I know the residents within. I mean, sorry, I know the generation within one, but I also know the relative generation. So I'm generation 12. Can I tell if it's older or younger than me?
You can tell that it is younger than you.
Okay.
That honestly relieves a couple of my fears.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We did some messed up shit when we were generation 13 too.
Ugh. And just remember, I think only one of you is not Generation 13, and there's a reason for that.
Science?
Yeah, science. Mm-hmm.
I had to go look at my generation to see who that was. Shut up.
Totally fair. Well, I will nod at Michael and I know you said there's like 15 people. How big is this comic book store? Are we talking like lots of people in a small space, or is it pretty big and we're spread out?
Um, I would probably say it's close to like a like 30 by 60 space. It's not like a huge space, but it's decent enough.
Because this place is fairly hopping for a Tuesday evening.
Yeah, it's pretty packed.
Whose domain is this? Like, who's hate? Like,
Very good question.
can I
do I know
streetwise that? Is that streetwiseable to know whose domain this is?
Or politics.
It would be
Politics,
politics.
even?
Intel plus politics.
All right, I'm not great at that, but I'll try.
I'm fairly okay. Difficulty on that?
Difficulty is gonna be 3. No, 2. Sorry, 2 for you.
Oop, that's not the right.
That's my bad.
Hey,
Well, that's a bestial success.
for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No bestial. Just a success.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But both of you guys would know that you guys are currently inside of Anarch territory. You guys are outside of the Camaria's domain.
Fun.
I thought so.
All right.
I'll tell Michael to motion at the blood drops, and it's one of our people.
All right. Well, I was gonna say if maybe this is good spot to regroup for a second, but maybe not.
Yes, sort of feels that way.
Yeah.
Let's get our books and get out of here. Keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. I'm good for
As you
that.
guys are wrapping up, Michael, someone bumps into you and throws their hands up. Oh, I'm sorry, and like continues to, like, head out. Michael or Carter, while you're sort of in the process, like standing up, you do notice that the blood trail exits and follows this individual.
Wait, so she's like actively like dropping blood as she's moving?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
That doesn't seem healthy, but you know.
How long is it going to take to pay our stuff? Are we going to lose her?
As of right now, like you're the only one that has to buy anything because Michael just came for their pull.
Yep. My pull list, if I grabbed it already, I'm probably not going to buy anything else at the moment, so I'm good to go.
All right, I'll catch up with you.
All
Why
right.
don't you?
You want me to
I'll,
stay? Yep, I'll do it.
Just to see what's going on.
Yeah, following. The blood lady. Blood person.
Indeed. Um, as they step outside, they look left and right, and they pull down on their beanie a little bit, and continue off.
Curious. It's too warm for a beanie this time of year.
That's right, it's
Detective's
August.
log. It's too warm for a beanie this time of year. All right. If I can like keep an accurate tale, then I'll do it.
Yeah. They head down this, and it's you guys are like in the part of a strip mall, and they're just sort of walking and down in front of all the shops. Again, most of the shops are closed or in the process of closing, so it's not a lot of a big presence on the exterior portion. But she seems to be moseying along.
Okay. And just making sure this is for sure somebody that we haven't met already.
Yep, you have not met this individual before.
Okay. Perfect. Then just kind of make a note of, because I don't want to get too far away and end up in something that I don't need to be involved in. Yeah, make a note and I guess head back towards Comics and Carter.
Yeah, right about this time, Carter, you have left the comic book store, and you can see Michael sort of stop, take a note, and then begin to sort of walk towards you.
Then I guess we'll walk over. So what's up?
Just doesn't seem too nefarious or anything like that. Just maybe somebody out for a evening stroll.
It's weird
Who
that she's dripping blood.
who amongst us hasn't had I don't know, a messy meal?
Yeah, but the blood was kindred blood.
Oh. Well, that changes things. Now, okay. I don't know. Got a face, know a general direction. If that's something we want to pursue, we can. I feel like maybe we have a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to decide if this is a Carter must pursue knowledge situation.
You kind of roll
Probably
it.
not. Okay, we're good. I can let this one go for now.
Okay. I think kind of as we're walking away from the shop there, I think good order of business might honestly be getting D&E together and putting our heads together to figure out what we know and what we don't know.
That's what the My Little Pony come for.
Well, then I guess we're same page in it.
Ashley, do you want to come with us? Do you want to go back home? How do you want to do this?
Do you think it's safe for me to... Which one do you think is safer? I mean, you know this group better than I do.
May I offer my 2 cents? I don't want to impose
Not at all.
or be rude. As chaotic as it might be, I feel like it might be the physically safest spot to be with all 4 of us. Because that way, like, we kind of got everything covered. You know what I mean? Like D&E are terrifying combatants. I'm just cute, and Carter's really smart. So just
Don't sell yourself short. You're more than just cute.
yeah. Carter called me cute. So that's my 2 cents. But
Do you agree?
They're probably right.
Well,
plus, if something happens to you, then we can just start the revenge story right then and there.
What is wrong with you?
I thought it was funny. I thought there was weird tension. Nothing's going to happen to you. We're going to be fine. I thought I was making a funny joke. That's my bad. Sorry.
I'm still laughing. I'm just, outraged and laughing. And then like looking at her, like, am I allowed to laugh at that? Or
she
am I
does
in
not
trouble for
look
laughing at that?
amused.
That, and you know what? No, I don't think there should be any heat at Carter for that. Direct all of your ire to me, because I made a bad joke. My bad. Shall we?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Let's
All
do
right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Shit, where are we meeting? We don't have like a if split up meet here kind of thing, do we?
What the-
You guys
It's
did
probably
like
not
9 months
safe
ago.
anymore. Yeah. It's probably not safe anymore, but honestly, Bart's 7-Eleven was the safest place I could think of. And it's only partially because I'm low-key hoping Bart's still alive. And it's not really low-key at all. It's pretty obvious.
It's
and
pretty
obvious.
high key. I'm gonna be honest here.
Yeah.
All right. Trying to think who the easiest one to get a hold of would be. Probably Eva, right? She doesn't just destroy her phones every night.
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll call Eva real quick.
Eva, your phone begins to ring.
I will answer it. Hello?
Hey. I hope you're all right. Everything good this evening?
Well, I'm still alive but unalive, so yeah.
Hell yeah. We're all a little bit dead inside, right? Anyway, a homie meetup? You down?
Yeah.
All right. Where are the homies meeting?
Do you have a spot? I don't think we don't think we really have anywhere right now.
The friend I have on our side says maybe what's it over there? It's a 7-Eleven?
Oh yeah. We could always get slushies.
Yeah, slushies sound great. We'll grab some
Sure.
slushies. We'll figure out what we're doing tonight, right?
Yeah. I'm down.
You know the one, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Okay, cool. Then we will see you there.
Sounds good. Hopefully it's the same one.
All right, love you. Bye. And I'll hang up.
Bye.
Did you slip a love you in there to Eva?
Yeah, I wanted to see what she would say. She didn't say it back, for record. But yeah, 7-Eleven's good.
Okay, let's go to 7-Eleven.
Okay,
I would relay the information to Dimitri as well.
perfect. Dimitri, getting back to your role with 3, there are still some criminal contacts out here.
Okay.
They are few and far between, but definitely saw some out here if you need some hired help.
Yeah, I just need somebody to hook me up with a computer genius.
Indeed. They'll get to work on that.
Awesome. Okay, where are we going? Sorry, I was on my Bluetooth. You see this thing? It's so cool.
Yeah, they've had those for a while now.
I know,
Not
but
that
I
new.
never used one.
I'm glad you're finally. Anyway, yeah, that they're pretty nifty. I'm glad you have figured out how to use a Bluetooth. Sorry for interrupting your call, but
No, it's
we need.
okay.
Well, we don't need. I want to go get slushies. Is that what they sell at 7-Eleven? Is that or Slurpees? I can never remember.
Slurpee. It's Slurpee.
Slurpees. Okay.
We's the juice, as they say.
I never heard that one, but sounds good.
It's from a movie. It's okay. Before your time, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. Or
Okay, so you still suck at driving, yes?
I mean, I can, but it's not the greatest. So yeah, you should probably just try.
Okay, he's all right.
I can
We'll
get us
head.
faster, probably.
We'll head for the 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Dimitri and Eva actually will arrive first because you guys are actually closer, based off where you guys were sort of at in the evening. You arrive to the 7-Eleven. Excuse me. Again, there's a couple of cars at the pumps. It looks like the guys are doing the self-pay, that's just sort of pumping their own gas at the currently. And you do see a clerk behind the counter, as well as looks like someone who's stocking some shelves. But super late.
This is like the most well-staffed 7-Eleven I've ever seen in my life. Normally, you're lucky if there's one guy on. Okay, let's go in and wait for the guy. Hold on.
I say we wait here.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of dip down and see if I'm assuming there's probably security cameras in there. I can't remember if there were when Bart worked there, but
There did not seem to be any when Bart was working there, but whether or not they've replaced some, it's been well over. It's been almost 2 years since Bart was relinquished to that position.
yeah, I'll kind of I'll get out of the car and just kind of walk over to the propane machine and just kind of check it out. And while I'm there, I'm kind of gonna dip down and see if I can see cameras kind of in any of the corners.
Yeah, go ahead and roll Wits and Awareness, DC 2. You can always take the Dimitri out of the propane, but not the propane out of the Dimitri.
Right. 2 successes.
2 successes. You look inside, there are no cameras on the inside still.
Okay. I'll get back in the car. I really got to get a 30 cop on the payroll. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised you haven't already.
Well, I've been out of town. You know this.
Yeah, but I know you, and you still have contacts. So again, it's shocked that you haven't already.
Well, they're kind of few and far between. You know, when the jobs dry up, they got to move on to greener pastures, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, probably didn't help that you were gone for a while. So people
Give me a
move
few
on.
weeks. I'll rebuild. It's okay.
Yeah.
We just got to find some place to call home first.
Yes.
As far as we
Besides-
know, this is still
Sorry.
Cam territory, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, as far as you're aware, you are like right on the cusp of Cam territory, like where Terre Haute was like the cusp, like an outlier. Like this is actually the cusp on the south side of Indianapolis for the Camarillo territory.
Gotcha. You know this could be a trap, yes?
Yes, I mean, I kind of am expecting everything to be so. Just kind of going with the flow. I think that's my take on things.
His only option, yes.
I think so. Who were you talking to before we headed out here? I was just curious.
Oh, one of the still remaining, criminals that hangs around the area. I have plans. You know how they go. They're being worked right now, and we'll talk about it and see what y'all think.
Okay, I was gonna say, I hope I'm included in those plans.
Of
rather
course,
than,
you are little sister. At which point, Hill will grab her and give her a noogie.
swipe your hand away.
Come on, we have to laugh.
Bad me.
Right about this time, you do see another car pull up, and you see a group of individuals that you know very well step out as Carter, Michael, and Ashley step outside the
Got
vehicle.
thin blood with him still.
They're in love. Just leave them alone.
In love, Carter is incapable. He's monster, just like me and you.
Well, yes, but maybe there's just a little bit. But before we step out, how much are we saying to them?
We let them talk first.
Okay.
We see how they feeling before we say too much.
Okay, good. That's what I was thinking too. I really don't want to say anything until we know more.
I'll give Eva a quick fist bump and get out of the car.
As you guys get out of the car, the truck next to you, a dog begins to bark from inside the cab. Just jumps up and starts barking.
Is that unusual?
It's very normal for dogs. They can sort of sense that like unnaturalness of kindred. All animals do. That's why animalism is such a big deal, is that most animals have a automatic sort of like, this is not right what I'm witnessing of some capacity.
When the dog starts barking, I'm not going to pay any attention to the dog. I'm going to pay attention to the people in the store.
Yeah.
They seem to like perk up at the dog barking.
Yeah, the two workers that are inside sort of look, but just sort of like make sure like nothing crazy's happening. They just hear the dog barking, look outside, and go back to what they're doing. But one person sort of looks on, who's currently pumping the gas for the truck. I'm so sorry. Tank doesn't know what he's doing half the time.
Oh, he's good. No worries.
Yeah, sorry about that. And she goes back and starts pumping the car.
Okay. I'll kind of give Eva a quick glance and head up towards the building.
As soon as you said dog, I knew exactly who it was going to be.
It's a big fucking dog.
It is.
What can I say? It's a big dog that doesn't like dead things. You guys go ahead and walk up to Michael and Carter. Yeah. You guys see the dog go off crazily, and Dimitri talking with someone, and then the lady goes about her way, and Dimitri and Eva begin to walk up to you guys.
Trying to look at how this is supposed to work. Damn. Okay. I was gonna try and like initiate feral whispers with that dog, but I think it
wouldn't have worked.
I don't know. No, I never met this damn dog.
It wouldn't have worked.
I was gonna try, but no. If it
no,
was like
I'm just telling you. I know who that dog is. It wouldn't have worked.
Try.
No, I'm not gonna now. Whatever. You guys suck. I was gonna try something, but no.
Do it.
No, you should.
Please.
We have no reason to tell you it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No, whatever, man. I'm joking.
Did you know
Um,
that the Turkish Kangal has the strongest bite force of any dog on the planet?
I did know that.
I didn't.
It's weird.
That's terrifying. Why would you know that?
Man, this dice pool is insane for this Turkish Kangal.
Isn't it nuts?
As you guys sort of group outside the 7-Eleven, a couple of people walk out. So one person walks out from where like the bathrooms are and walk past. Excuse me. And sort of continues on to the truck and sort of plops inside.
Let's see. So since the beast is a passive duration, would I need to re-up it or anything, or is it still good?
Nope, still good.
Right. Anything off of that guy as he's walking by?
Big guy, bald head.
Yeah,
beard.
yeah.
That guy. Yeah.
Ready to fight at a moment's notice. Not necessarily towards you, but you definitely get that sense that he's got some sort of drive to him, but definitely 100% mortal.
Cool. All right. Just make some space.
A few moments later, you see another one run out. Hey, Brick, hold up. And he looks, Theo, would you come on?
That sounds like
And
Cameos.
and the three of them sort of pile into the truck.
All right. I'm looking at everybody else. Howdy,
So,
strangers.
Hey, I kind of look at place. Cameras don't seem to be apparent still. Two clerks, I don't know if they're,
I mean, we can find out.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
Yeah. Carter awkwardly hands Dimitri a brown bag full of My Little Pony comic books.
He opens it up. What is this?
I don't know.
I'm going to put this shit in the trunk, Eva. I don't know what this is all about. Walk over to the car, open the trunk, throw them in.
By which you mean
Does a
gingerly
little
place
happy dance. Like while he's obscured by the trunk, and then closes it, looking serious.
Roll wits and awareness for me, Dimitri, please. DC 3.
Sure thing. I don't like it when you do this to me.
It's so fun having two get minds open.
Okay, that would be 4 successes.
4 successes. Off in the distance. And we're talking like down a block. And it looks out of the ordinary, as there is a single person standing off in the distance. You recognize the sort of outline of this individual as Hunter is standing up way off in the distance. Not approaching, not like trying to look menacing or anything like that, but you see him standing off in the distance, and he's not looking at you, but looking towards the front of the store.
I'm gonna point at Eva and kind of motion her to come over to me.
I'll walk over.
I'll just kind of with my head gesture his direction.
Well, I can't really do anything about that right now.
I didn't say you needed to. I just wanted to make you aware. This is really creepy.
Yes, I am aware that it's pretty creepy. I'm kind of just assuming anywhere I'm going.
Do you
There.
do you want to talk to him or save that for later?
I mean, I would. I just don't know if he'll stick around long enough to do that.
I mean, you could probably catch him if you really wanted to. Just saying.
Right, but I'm right now doesn't seem to be the greatest time to just run off.
This is true, but I don't know. I feel like tomorrow you're going to wake up with Horsehead in your coffin or something.
That's a possibility.
Okay. I just, you know, so.
We'll see if he's out here when we come out.
Okay. Fair enough. He's your problem to manage.
Yes, but I appreciate you showing me or making me aware.
No problem.
All right,
I'll,
let's go get a bag of chips or something.
Yeah. Yeah, something like this. You have to wheeze the juice.
And I absolutely will try to sense the unseen to see if I see any anything out of the ordinary. Particularly looking for invisible Nazis.
I will allow it.
Well, thank you. Oh, 4 hits. I'm okay with that.
You do not see any sort of invisible Nosferatus.
Well, that's really unfortunate.
So, are we trying to get in the basement or what are we doing?
Well, if there's no kindred here, then I don't know how we can just get into the basement.
Um, well, we do what we do and we get in the basement.
That seems like the good answer to me. I mean, sometimes you just got to do it, right?
Well, I mean, this is technically Camarilla territory, and I don't know if this is part of someone's domain, so you do have to be aware you could be stepping on someone's toes. Do you know who owns this property since Bart became the sheriff?
That's a really good question. Do I know who owns this property since Bart became the sheriff?
Intel plus. Oh, I cannot think of it. Politics. DC2.
Sorry, you said Intel Politics DC2?
Yep.
Ooh, just barely know that.
To be fair, this establishment was always owned by actual 7-Eleven. Like, it is an actual establishment, but the prince just happened to put him here as a more or less like what you guys were, just sort of like keep a extended reach of the Camarilla this far south. And then once he became sheriff, as far as you're aware, no one has replaced him at this anchor because there was a little bit of bigger issues going on at the moment. And there was just also, you guys were taking a lot of pressure off that southern angle within the Terre Haute, so they didn't have a reason to like fully put this back in together. But no kindred has retaken this as their spot, as it were.
So you're saying it's up for grabs?
I'm saying it's still Camarilla owned, that it's just owned by a mortal company.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. I don't know if our new domain should be centered around a sketchy 7-Eleven, but it's an option.
There's worse things it could be based around.
I think our new domain absolutely needs to be based around a comic book shop. I'm just saying.
It's true. I'd be okay with that.
That'd be so.
We just
okay with it.
continued to devolve into deeper and deeper nerddom. Start with a badass nightclub, move to a high-end bookstore, now we're talking comic shop.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be an arcade, man.
You guys are
Oh.
clamping my style.
Oh,
You know what?
arcade.
We're gonna skip the comic book shop altogether and just go straight to a coin op. Like, here we go.
Why not both?
That sounds
Maximize profits.
Do you know somebody who can fix those machines for us? I bet you do.
It's gotta be
We'll get Hunter back on the juice. He could manage the place.
on the juice.
Juice. Love it.
I'm not preying on somebody's downfall here, but I mean, like,
It sort of sounds like you are.
hey, if the shoe fits.
You're just
What
a
happened to free my boy?
a shade darker than Ness over here.
Yeah, free my boy into getting a good job.
Into fixing my arcade machines.
Yeah.
You guys going inside? I'm assuming then at this point.
Yeah. And you said there's 2 staff members?
Yeah. One is just mindlessly looking, scrolling through their phone behind the counter, and the other one's sort of stocking a box for overnight stocking or inventory or whatever it's doing.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess let's head in and then maybe like move to the corner. If there's no, I mean, we know from before there's no cameras. Dimitri said still no cameras, right? So
Right.
this at least is theoretically a safe place to talk.
Yeah, definitely theoretically.
And I'll tell everybody I don't see anybody hiding or anything.
All right. Then let's grab a spot and share some information, I guess. Probably the best
Hold
way
on
to
1
go about
minute.
that.
I'll walk up to the clerk who's stalking and kind of squat down next to him. Hey,
Mm.
bro, you work here long?
No, I just got hired about 2-3 weeks ago.
What about the dude behind the counter?
As long as I've been here, I don't really know. I only come here for inventory.
Oh, you almost done?
Yes.
So, like, when you're done, you leave, yes?
That's usually how jobs work.
No, but I mean, like, you don't, like, keep doing crap around the store. You just do inventory and go.
You're asking a lot of questions. Yeah, I think so.
Stop harassing the staff.
I'll pull out a wad of cash and slide 100 off and tuck it in his shirt pocket. It's for your inconvenience. Okay? You just answer questions like good little monkey.
Wow.
So, look, bro. You want to wrap up early, go home? Slides off another 100.
2 bills to cut off early, I'd say thank you.
I'll just fudge the numbers this week.
Yeah. I would be happy to.
Okay, I'll pass him the 100.
Takes it.
I'll walk up to the counter. Hey! That phone looks mighty interesting.
Yeah. Puts it down and locks it. Okay, what can I help you with?
You work here long?
Yeah. About
Like-
year and a half.
Sweet. So I have a question for you.
Hmm?
Is the rave room still in the back?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, bro. This was the spot, man. You tell me you haven't found it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, in that room over there, there's hatch. Go downstairs. Badass rave room. We used to fucking party our balls off here. It was awesome.
What?
I'm
Okay.
not kidding.
He
Look,
heads off
bro.
in that direction.
I'll pull out 100. Let me take a look, okay?
Um.
Pull up another 100.
Okay, fine.
Interested in Dimitri's endless supply of hundreds.
The clerk,
It's a cash
the
only
first,
business.
exactly, the first person that you paid off did stop by the employee break room area, assuming grabbing whatever, but they do disappear from out of sight.
Okay.
As Dimitri heads off towards the back area. He looks around. Where?
Do I remember how the hatch worked?
Yeah, whenever you guys, the last time there, it was just a rug that was sort of covering it. There is no rug here now. It just looks like it's tiled.
solid concrete?
No, it's tiled over.
I'll take my keys out and go kind of roughly where I think it is and try to like kind of push the tiles to see if they lift up in like one big kind of like glued together mat.
They do indeed.
See, bro? Fucking told you.
Right.
Now that you know about this, bro, you can party your ass off in here. But hey, I got some friends out there. I'll give you a couple more $100. We're gonna go down there. We're going to party. I call some people. If they show up, I mean, it's crazy. I didn't know this was going to be, so they may be busy. But if they show up, you just send them back here, okay?
$100 a head, but yes.
Make it 50 a hit.
75.
50 plus if there's more than 10, I double it.
He extends his hand forward.
Take it. Nobody's coming.
He's
Hope's
excited.
not coming.
Exactly. Not again.
It's not coming.
He goes ahead and leaves the office.
All right, I'll go back out. Bros, come on. It's still here.
All right. So is there anybody else in the store that's witnessing this crazy shenanigans?
No, the only person you can currently see now within the main area is the guy that's behind the counter.
The other guy went off to the break room.
Yep.
Should I I'm looking over at Eva. It's like, should I, forget on that dude?
I would say yes.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'll dip into the break room while Dimitri and the other guy are behind the, looking at the crazy room, the rave room that Dimitri called it.
Yeah. You walk in, it's a very small, like 10 by 10 break room that has like a thin card table that has like a little coffee pot on it and like barely qualifies as a break room. And you see this this individual sitting here just.
Did you say?
You guys saw one earlier. It's my bad. Just sort of rubbing his forehead.
Does it smell like a kindred in here? Am I sensing any beasts?
As he's no, you're not.
All right.
As this individual grabs a bag.
Sorry, that was some bullshit.
What the hell are you guys doing here?
The hell are you guys doing here?
I can be here.
Can you?
I mean, as much as they can. It's literally
Alright,
my first night back, and you happened to stumble in here? Are you kidding me right now?
Not stumbling, bro.
And then Dimitri walks around handing out cash like he owns the place?
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. I don't know what you want.
Preferably him back in the ground where I thought he was.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at some other point. Whatever. I'm glad you're all right.
As all right as I can be. I can't show my face in Indy again.
Yeah. I think it's time for a change of management.
And the 7-Eleven is doing great. Why?
No.
Oh.
Not the 7-Eleven.
Profits at our all-time high, Carter.
It's the new Slurpee flavor.
Yes, banana's good. We get it.
Anyway, I'm in here making you forget, clearly. And can I get your number?
Yes. As long as you don't give it to anyone else.
No, I would not give it to anybody else.
Yeah. And he goes ahead and slides his phone back over.
Seriously, glad you're okay.
Yeah, just keep it down, all right?
Yeah.
And the person in front of you disappears completely.
Sure. Great. I will head back out of the break room and I assume catch up to Dimitri in negotiating about a rave.
Yep. You guys step out. You see Carter exit the break room. And everything is as it were.
Are we good to go?
Yep.
Yeah. That was a long poof.
Yeah, wanted to see if I could get some more information about who owns the place. 7-Eleven. Profits are at an all-time high.
That is the information you were looking for. Okay.
Quality intel there, Carter.
Carter, take a point of willpower back if you are missing any. That was amazing.
Thanks for looking into that for us.
It's really that hunger for knowledge that Carter thrives for, you know? It's one of those quirks.
So yeah, I'll head down into the rave spot.
Okay. You head down there. You see a single seat, sort of like how you guys left it. But pristine down there, like it was heavily bleached.
Gotcha.
I love that you sold this as a rave spot when it is clearly like a murder dungeon.
For sure.
Bro didn't go down in the hole. I mean, if he would have, it would have been murder dungeon.
Rave spot, murder dungeon.
It's weird how much they overlap sometimes.
There's a trapdoor hidden beneath the floor that leads
Tomato,
into a concrete
tomato.
room with a bolted chair. Not good things have happened in this room.
According to
really
you.
needs to learn how to decorate and get some furniture, at least some inflatable stuff. I mean, come on.
Good God, if that bolted chair could talk.
The stories it would tell.
I hate it.
Probably.
So
pop it
once
up
everybody's
time.
down, we'll close the hatch.
Okay.
Is there a way to lock it from the inside?
There is not.
Okay. Is there a handle on the inside that you can use to push it up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take my belt off and loop it around the top rung of the ladder. Just at least use my belt to kind of hold it closed.
Sure.
Well, that's ingenuity at its finest.
What, belting door shut?
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try. So, what's with the call? What we doing?
Feel like there's probably some stuff that needs to be caught up on.
Go ahead, Spitfire. Let's go.
I think we should start with the people who were last seen dead and who've miraculously reappeared on the opposite side.
I mean, I just did what you told me to do.
You really want the honest truth on that?
Oh, maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't like the way you phrased that.
I'm just curious if they ask questions. Because it obviously seems like you guys don't know. So I don't want to
Yeah,
give you information.
I think that's probably wise at the moment.
Like, do they trust you guys? I'm not even sure on that.
I can answer that one. I'm gonna look at Carter. Like,
Honestly, fuck them.
no, they don't.
What?
No. The last handful of months of us, like more me, not to exclude you from that, Carter.
That's fine.
I've been busting my ass. I have some like adoptive childer, doing all kinds of stuff. I go in and I say, "Whoa, we're having issues. Maybe reinstate a little bit of domain for us." And the answer was, "Get bent, forehead."
Who told you that? Nessa?
No, because guess who's in charge?
Who's in charge?
I can't even guess.
Fucking Jordan, dog.
Wait,
The
she told you to
fledgling?
go get bent?
Seneschal Jordan.
This
Been a
is
kidder for about 15 minutes, and she's telling us to go get bent.
Yup.
How did you not punch her in the face?
Because the rest of the Primogen was in that room.
You
And
just
I feel like I said that to the best of my ability. Carter might remember it differently.
No, you were as we're still alive. You were polite enough.
so like when you say you're pissed, I mean like what kind of pissed is this?
It's a good question.
I think the Indy Cam needs a new set of leaders.
Ground up. Not ground up like
Top
ground
down.
beef. Top down. That's the best. Yep. Thank you.
probably a better way to say that.
Does the IndyCam need to exist at all?
Well, obviously, if we didn't have the cam, we'd be anarchs.
Well,
And
I
there's
just
a
look at
problem with
Eva.
I have another option.
What's the other one?
Don't be anything. Go into business for ourselves. I was doing it for a long ass time before I met y'all, and it was working great. Set up a business, make yourself viable and valuable, and should be fine.
Until some prince comes along like a child with a magnifying glass and starts shining it on you ants.
I mean, that's kind of just what happened here, but I'd say for the first time in a long time, like that's the first time it had happened.
You realize how destabilized the Camarilla is right now. How weak.
So,
Kind of my
just
point.
so
I
I
mean,
can understand what
so
you're
weak.
saying.
They picked Jordan out of all the people that they could have chosen.
They chose a fledgling to be seneschal. What about the prince? Did Nessa like?
Oh, that's a good question.
As far as I know, he's still alive.
Why has she not revived him?
I didn't really stop to interrogate her on that subject.
And why is the Primogen allowing it? She's not
You are
seneschal.
asking
She
all of the
cannot.
right questions that led me to say, screw these guys. It's time for new management.
You
I
want new
mean,
management, but still being part of the camp.
Yeah, absolutely.
we've had discussions like this before, and my question for you both now would be: are you willing to die to make that happen?
I feel like I have the same answer that's been fucking burn it. I don't give a shit.
I do give a shit, but burn it.
I was coerced into this life. So if I get burnt on the way in, they get burnt on the way out.
But you have now embraced this new life. I'll kind of fluff the collars of his new fancy jacket and ruffle his little pink mohawk.
I
This
had
is
to
not man I knew. Man I knew. He no care about fashion. He was dirty and live in truck and respect the craft, the trade, not the clothing. He never would have taken surrogate child. He would have been like, "Ta, I am too embraced by adrenaline and intensity to dare to take child. What am I? I am man." And now look at you.
So there's first off, you make a valid point. Second, take everything that you did and just swap it to a they for me. But what I've been doing, what I did on my summer vacation was I think it was you that told me that sometimes, paraphrasing, mind you, I don't remember the exact quote because there's probably a lot of swearing in it, and that doesn't narrow it down to anything. Uh, something, play the game, right?
True.
So guess what I did? I learned to play the game.
You did. You
What did I
survived.
do? What did I do to survive in an environment that I don't understand? You're looking at it. What did I do to make sure that I could function? I picked up some surrogate childer. I showed them that I was still fucking valuable and very good at the things that I do. I don't think I liked doing it. You think I like, oh, my prince. Ah, yes. Let me bow before you. That's some horse shit. Are you kidding me? So, respectfully, D, fuck you. All right?
There he is! I slap you hard on the arm. This is what I'm talking about. Fire in the blood. This is the man I remember. This is the man I left.
Yeah. We're gonna work on that. So what I'm gonna say is, do I love my boys? Absolutely I do. Because there's just some things you can't change about that. You teach somebody how our world works, and that's just there's something special about that. But everybody else, fuck them. Everybody I need to make sure walks out of this is in this room.
Carter, what about you?
I I understand being angry at the camp, but the overall principle of organization and hierarchy really works better than the alternative. And the issue that you have is frankly with a handful of idiots that somehow managed to get in charge of Indy, not with the system.
Carter,
But do you think you can kill those idiots and still be welcome?
I think that the gross mismanagement of Indianapolis must be something that the higher cam is aware of. And if they're not aware of it, they should be. And I can't imagine that the level of attention that these guys bring is welcome at all. And if they find out there's a fledgling in charge of Indianapolis, they'll probably have something to say about that.
Oh, they'll shit a chicken.
Thank you. That's lovely.
I got you. Carter, can I ask you a very real question?
Yeah.
So it's a two-parter, so be ready. Part 1.
Okay.
You've been cam your entire existence, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the real question. I don't mean this to be rude in any way. Are you so gung-ho about the cam because you're scared of the reality outside of it?
That's a deep question.
And there's no wrong answer. Like, I'm not judging you off of this or anything like that. So please don't think that I'm being a dick.
Yeah. No, I get that. Present company excluded, gesturing at Eva and Dimitri. The anarchs that I've met are all idiots. And we have managed to destroy how many of them just by accident? We go through barons like other people go through underwear. You're not going to impress me that the Anarch way is better than the cam. And yeah, the Indy cam has not been phenomenal by any stretch. But we were headed towards a good thing here. I mean, the last prince was problematic, but we could kind of keep him doing what we wanted for the most part. And we fucked up big. That's the problem. We got to acknowledge that we massively broke the Masquerade in a cosmically stupid way. It's not the camp's fault that we did that.
I don't
Oh.
take issue with the cam being upset about the breaking of the Masquerade. I understand the value that it holds. Even the Anarchs understand that. However, where I do take onus is I have been loyal to the Camarilla for nearly 80 years. I dedicate my life. I serve my sire truly. I serve this buffoon of a prince. I serve this asinine primogen. I do all of this, and yes, I make colossal fuck up. It's true. But they had choice to make. They have whole network of people that could have spread this information, got on top of it. But what did they do? They chose to burn me down, to declare blood hunt on me, to come after me and the people I care about. If you had been caught with us, do you think they would have spared your life? No, they would have killed you just as quickly as they would have killed me. They don't care about us. They care about themselves, maintaining their tenuous connection to power, playing these stupid games. The system is spoiled from the top to the bottom. And the thing that appeals about the movement is you take what you can and you keep what you can. And it only lasts as long as you can keep it. Here there are layers and there are defenses that defend people simply because of the title that they bear, that come to their aid, throw themselves against the wall of their enemies, even if it is asinine and foolish, and not for the greater good, or not for the benefit of all kindred. It's a broken, diseased system.
One of those sounds like a good way to have fun for 20 years and then die. And the other sounds like a way to live forever.
Are you interested in living forever? Is this what brought you to this life?
Obviously. Are you not?
Me? It was about power.
There's so much to learn, Dimitri. There's so many secrets out there. What is the meaning of all of this, of being kindred? And how the hell are we going to find that out if we're always busy fighting for what's ours? Because we can only hold our domain as long as we can hold our domain. And there's always some asshole with a propane tank ready to blow us up.
So I'm going to interject here again. I respect both points of view here. I'm not trying to be a centrist on this, so don't think I am. One of you's for power, one of you's for living forever in knowledge. My clan doesn't live forever. That's not a possibility. Eventually I will burn out. That's just the way it goes. So effectively, I have 2 mortal lives to live. One's just a little longer. And coming to this from kind of being forced into it because, you're a junkie and your dealer maybe has some debts, so he kind of pawns you off and there you go. There's so much more than power and just knowledge. There's the experience of living. I'm lucky to get it twice. You're lucky to get it twice. How do you experience? How do you get the most out of your experience in life? It could be through books and through learning. It could be through, making people so scared of you that they shit their pants and listen to anything that you'll say. But do you do it for you? Or do you do it because there's a boot on your neck? That is the question that I ask myself every single day driving coast to coast in that goddamn truck. So there is a third option. It's a hard fucking life, but there is a third option.
What do you think, Eva?
I agree with Michael in a way, but I mean, there's something to be said. Whether you're Cam or Anna, you need the people who want the power, and you need the people who want the knowledge. That's how it works. So we could all be on the same side now. I doubt D and I could ever be Cam again. But I'm more than happy to do whatever it takes to get people where they want to be. Even if it means that we all split.
Well, if we're going this third path, I don't know why we would stay in Indy, where everybody is aware of how dangerous we are.
Right. I would definitely, if we take the third option, we're getting the hell out of Indy.
Not before we collect our pound of flesh.
I do have something that I have in mind that I need to do before we leave, but that can come a different time.
There's a pound of flesh involved. I would like my share.
Make it 2 pounds.
Enjoy.
So that brings us to the larger question. Like the question that is bigger than the 4 of us, 5 of us, didn't forget about you. SI's back with a fucking vengeance? Is that our problem? Is that our
I don't give a shit.
Is that part of our pound of flesh? Rip and or tear and collect cool collectibles on the way? Because I will say, the dude that was chanting stuff had a real shiny cross, and I fucking want that shit.
That sounds dangerous, but
It might be the literal fire in my veins, but whoo, that's got my hands all tingly like I need to touch it.
Ashley sort of speaks up. I mean, doesn't the Second Inquisition, do they even care about the sides, or if you're this third party? Like,
They
No.
don't care.
so it seems like no matter what side you guys all choose, this is still an issue.
Yeah, we're boned 6 ways from Sunday in regards to them.
We took care of them once.
Technically, Costell did.
Why can't you just bring this
I think-
Costell guy to take care of it again?
Because I killed him.
Yeah, Dimitri, why can't we do that?
it was on accident, I think.
It was cool as shit, is what it was.
Have you ever seen someone get decapitated with the side of a SUV? It's
No.
pretty impressive.
What?
You ever seen somebody wrap an SUV around a person like you'd wrap it around a phone pole?
No, that sounds terrible.
It was pretty awesome.
Oh my god.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. This is why I kept out of this whole thing the entirety of In Terre Haute.
Well,
Blame
Okay.
Carter might. Go ahead.
Good. I was just gonna ask Carter, what information does he have that he wants to bring to the higher cam? And who exactly is he going to bring this to?
That's a good question. Storyteller, who would I go to? Who do I like? I would assume that I know people from Chicago that could get me in touch, maybe.
You would have probably a higher chance of going through the pyramid. But the pyramid could also just not care because they're pyramid first, cam second. Or you could go back to your sire because she seems to have some sort of connection with the Chicago Prince, but you're not sure what that would cost, if that would cost anything favor-wise too.
Well, I have a certain book that we're kind of excited about.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the pyramid was excited about, not the Prince of Chicago.
Oh, sure. That's
But yeah.
That's fair. He doesn't need to know anything. Yeah, I mean, pyramid. I would go to my sire and explain it to her, and then she could go up the chain if that's what she wanted to do.
Right.
So yeah, I would. So my answer to that question would be I would start with my sire, but I think with SI and the guy with the crucifix that Michael wants, I mean, clearly there's a big problem in Indy, and we have a particular set of skills and track record that probably puts us ideally situated to handle that for them. Plus, bonus from their perspective, if we all die in the effort, that solves 2 problems. But I would think we could parlay that plus the ridiculousness of putting a fledgling in charge. And if we can get rid of SI and clean house, I bet we can get everybody back happily in the cam, and we can be on top of the system instead of under its boot.
You don't think that the upper echelon of the Camarilla isn't going to have issues when the Indy cam has declared us no longer viable?
Persona non grata, even.
Yes. I was
The
told
Indy
point
cam also
blank.
put a fledgling in charge.
This is true.
Their judgment is clearly not particularly good.
So are you suggesting that we try to resolve the issue with the SI by ourselves without assistance from Cam or Anarch before we bring action against the Cam in
Oh
Indy?
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
I'm suggesting that we go up the chain with the cam, offer to handle this in exchange for full pardons and the ability to, you know, have Indy management declared uh, null and void. Let us claim Praxis after we take out the SI. To take out the SI, we're going to need everybody. We're going to need Cam. We're going to need the Anarch. We're going to need everybody we know.
Point of order. Everybody we know, does that include wolves?
Absolutely.
Other point of order. We can fry Nessa with this.
Oh, 1000%.
I don't remember if you recall exactly what the wolf said to us.
Something. Oh.
No, he said that if he finds out that we killed any of his people,
Nobody's
that it
listening to
would
you. We're all busy laughing.
No, I'm listening. I'm here.
it would be open season on all of us. It wouldn't matter who did it.
Well, then first we could tell them who it was, and then go after them. We could bait them.
The wolves?
Get the one that they want, and they'll obviously go after everybody else, but we can set it up.
I mean, if we wanted to get real clever, I'm going to look at Carter, play him out like a game of chess. Wolves kill SI, SI kill wolves.
We could be around just in case.
If we could use all of our enemies against each other and hang tight reading a book, that sounds phenomenal.
So
Can you plan that game? I'm looking at Carter and Michael.
Yeah, I mean, I've been planning it for a long time.
and I don't know what I could do to be helpful, but I'm down to do whatever you need in that regard.
If the Seneschal were to die, who takes the Seneschal's place?
Dibs.
I do not think it works on deep system, Michael.
You know, actually, it does. It is. Praxis is basically just dibs.
Oh my god, it is. Holy shit.
Also,
Oh my God.
baronies are also just
Oh my
dibs.
God.
The entire kindred society is just dibs.
It
Guys.
really is just dibs.
We off Jordan, I call dibs and watch everybody split in half at like, who the fuck is this person over here trying to claim Praxis? And now we got to go through all the proper channels because that's just the way the cam works. Because oops, I called it. Now we got to do paperwork. Like,
Well, the prince is technically still alive, which is probably why the prince is technically still alive. Because Nessa's probably much happier manipulating a fledgling than she is trying to be the harpy for a prince. Hell, she could have Jordan blood bonded for all we know.
you know what? She probably does. For how fast and loose she plays with her blood like that, good lord. More than half of that tower is probably hers. And I'm not joking.
Well, if she was the one who put her blood in at Elysium, that's probably more true than you know.
Like,
I don't know that Carter knows what you're talking about. And he looks confused.
Yeah, you
people,
tasted the blood, remember?
Yeah, you taste it. You were the one
Oh,
that
that's right.
came
I
up.
did. That's right. I did taste it.
Warren is confused. Carter is not.
Yep, you're right. Warren is confused. Blame the cold.
So I kind of look at Ashley How long do you think the cam will indulge you? I say, looking at Carter.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Well, it's only a matter of time before they name a new scourge. Do you know what the scourge does?
Not in the kindred sense.
Its job is kill people like you. You
Sure.
are considered abomination. You shouldn't exist by the Camarilla standards. You are sign of the end times. You are bringer of the apocalypse. And the scourge helps to thin the herd.
Point of order again. I don't think any of us actually believe that about you. This is just stating fact about the Camarilla. Thank you.
I've heard.
So you, unfortunately, represent weakness for Carter. He can be manipulated because of you. They threaten you to get him to behave. They tolerate you and what you represent to get him to behave.
I get that. And to be fair, that tale is as old as time, mortal and kindred alike.
Sure. I just want to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. All cards on the table.
I will say that they wouldn't be the first to attempt. And you know what the difference between me and the people who attempted was?
You're still alive?
One of us can walk in the sun and the other can't.
This is benefit, yes.
Carter, how are you dating somebody more badass than you?
I am a book nerd. The odds of me dating somebody less badass than me are pretty low.
That's fair.
When you get shot, you heal quickly?
No, I bleed out like the rest of us.
So, you can walk in daytime, but so can Ghoul. Ghoul whose face you do not know. Ghoul who pulls gun, puts 3 in your chest and 1 in your head.
Again, these aren't threats. This is a statement of.
Oh,
It's
no.
just how Dimitri talks.
No, I understand it and get it. I've been. Your group was not the first, the third, or the 8th group of kindred who came knocking on our door trying to get us to move one way or another. And they sent their pets, they sent their ghouls, they've sent things that I think even Eva would probably piss her pants about. And I see that out of endearment to Eva. So I understand what the horribleness is of this life, where some people think it is a blessing. I know the monsters that go bump in the night and that we are part of them. And part of me down doesn't really think SI is wrong.
Bold, but I'll allow it.
We don't talk about our feelings like that.
I'm not saying that I agree with how they do it. But I'm saying things that feed on other things and keep people locked away to be fed upon over and over and over and over. Those people don't deserve to go bump in the night.
I would agree with that. That's fucked up. And so, first, You're really like the first real thin blood I've known. I've worked with some thin bloods. We have run in similar groups, but you're the first one I've taken time to actually like have full conversations with. So this is awesome. I'm glad to know you. This is great. But as far as we're concerned, no, not we're. As far as we're concerned, all right. I got you. You're with Carter. Carter's with us. So you're with us. All right. That doesn't change. Family got family got family. So I need to know where you stand in all this.
In what?
Like, not like, so like, you are a part of this situation with SI in town. You are a part of this. You can go out in the day. You can do all these things. That's fine. But they know that you exist.
Sure.
They have to. So like, what's the plan? What's the thought? What's the move? Are you, I don't want to say with us or not, but like,
What do you want out of it?
yeah, what do you want out of it? If it's just to get things done and go back to a nice quiet life, I can respect that, but we have to know what the end goals are here.
I can tell you my end goals are very different than yours. My end goal is that there's no kindred in Indiana at all. Not that I want them exterminated, but I just want them gone. I don't want to have to walk down the street and wonder and carry a vial of holy water and carry around alchemical preparations and hoping that I can walk to the car without being jumped and fed upon or hunted down by some scourge.
So, and kind of looking at everybody in the room while I say this, I apologize if I'm overstepping here. That's part of what I'm talking about. As far as I'm concerned, in relation to this group, I got you. Somebody comes after you to feed upon, that's an affront against all of us. Like, that's a direct act of aggression towards the rest of us. So I don't want that for you either. But like, is that just the grand, like, is that the big end goal? You just don't want kindred and Indy?
For me, but it's not feasible, it's not possible. I'm going to be a realist. As much.
Why are you with the kindred?
I'm with Carter.
He is kindred.
I'm aware, but so am I. Just because my powers aren't as pronounced as an older generation does not make I am less kindred.
Oh, I know. So you would not be in Indiana either. Because you are part of the problem.
I agree.
So then no matter where you go, you're never going to get what you want.
Like I
Because
said,
you'll always
I'm
be there.
like I said, I'm a realist. I'm aware that we have been around for a very long time. And some of us enjoy being here. For power, for knowledge, for just general chaos. But not all of us enjoy being here.
I would have never claimed to enjoy being here.
There's always solution.
I'm aware.
So, do you lack the courage of your convictions?
Some might say.
Understood.
And some
So if
is
you're with us, go ahead.
technology is advancing, and maybe, just maybe, enough of the bad ones go away, and thin bloods are the new norm.
I was gonna say I've read enough X-Men to know that if you say that maybe there's a cure, I was gonna shit my pants.
I don't think you can actually do that, but
I was gonna tell you that I've read enough books like this that a cure's not feasible.
I think there is a cure. It's not beautiful, and it's not what we want, but I think there is a cure. And it's already knocking on Indianapolis's door.
Is it SI? Is that the cure?
I think so. Or the infighting that you guys do in general between Camarilla and Anarch. The Masquerade is the cure. But again, I know not every one of us is a monster.
Yeah. So then to make this question very straightforward. If fighting starts, are you in or no?
I'm in if it's around me. I have not declared a side. I'm not Camarilla, I'm not Anarch.
I respect it. But you're kindred.
Sure. And I'm sure that
I
they...
don't think anyone here is expecting you to pick one side or the other. Nobody cares about that.
I encourage that you don't. I encourage that you just live your fucking life.
If I or people I care about are being endangered, sure, that's a possibility. I don't know in the time. I'm not a aggressive person. I don't know. I know what I can do if I'm being threatened. But
I think that's valid.
I can't say that I am here to be a soldier.
No. And that's totally valid.
I think there's only one of us in this room that would have declared themselves a soldier at the beginning of everything.
Yeah, Dimitri.
I think there's a lot of people who don't declare themselves what they truly are.
Maybe, but sometimes it just comes upon you. It's not that that's who you are.
I agree. You and I are saying one and the same. And I think just because you fight doesn't mean you're a soldier. Just means you want to live.
Live enough to get what I want done.
Spoken like a true
Get the
kindred.
revenge. Right. But not all kindred are after revenge on somebody. Everybody has different reasons to live, and I'm a little confused, a little pissed of like why you can't figure out, like, if there's no reason for you to be here, then why are you here?
She looks down. Because you're not the only person with revenge, and I'm afraid to take part of that because I'm not wanting to become a monster.
You're halfway there already.
And I'm trying to hold on to every little piece of humanity that I have.
Yeah.
How do you feed?
Similar enough to how baggers feed. And she sort of raises her upper lip a little bit. And you can see them. They're very, very small. And they look just more like slightly longer canines that a normal mortal will have. But they're there. They're small teeth, but they aren't long enough to like actively like puncture more than a normal bite would be able to do.
So where do you get this blood from?
The same way I got mine. It's
Stolen.
Borrowed.
connections.
Stolen.
I mean, I used to get
How do-
pay in blood.
I mean, call a spade a spade. It is what it is. You take blood that some mortal donated and you use it for your own. Maybe you kill a child because you took blood that someone needed because they were in a car accident. You inadvertently become murderer. We all kill, whether we mean to or not.
Some people are consensual about it.
Are consensual about giving their blood?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes. They enjoy it. They like the way it feels. But there's not enough of them to feed all of us.
I
So
agree.
we have to take it in whatever way we can. Your preference, and because of your stubby teeth, you can't take it by force. In that way. I mean, you could use a knife, but, and it gets messy, and there's. So you take it from blood bank, or however you lay your hands on it. But that still causes harm.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
No worries.
I could
Sorry
say-
for badgering your girlfriend, Carter.
Yeah, no, this got way more intense than I intended it to, and I'm
got
very
very
sorry.
philosophical.
Like, I'm very sorry.
Well, it
Let's
really
have it
comes
all
for
out.
me from Dimitri's place of basically feeling like he can't trust her. She's a thin blood. She's got no skin in the game.
Well, she's got skin in the game.
Not by my thinking.
There we go. Now we're here. Sorry, we're back. It
Just-
started downpouring rain, and I have windows open.
No worries, man.
So what I'm hearing, if to pull all this together for all of us,
Yes,
is
please.
we more or less all agree current management has to go. What happens next after that's done, we're not aligned on yet. But I'm not sure that matters. If you want your pound of flesh and then you want to leave, fine. If I'm gesturing at Ashley, if you just want to weaken the cam in the Anarch, fine. And Michael, if you just want to get back on the road again and end ties, that's also fine. And if I want to rebuild the cam, great. First step, get rid of management. And SI is going to be part of that too.
So, is there like precedent to do this? Is there something we can, I shouldn't say we, something you can do? Is the books in the library about bureaucracy for this sort of nonsense?
There's books in the library for everything.
Just gotta know where to look, I guess.
And at
But
this
I'm sorry. Go.
at this time, Ashley's phone begins to ring. Sorry. It's my dad. It's fine.
I mean, if you need to take it, go ahead and step out.
Yeah. She goes ahead and begins to undo the belt and then climb up.
And what do I know about the procedure for trying to get the cam proper to declare the Indy cam as idiots?
Go ahead and roll Intel plus politics. DC is going to be 4 on this because you haven't had the pleasure of 1, seeing it done, and 2, it's not really that common.
Well, I will willpower reroll. See if I can get a hit on that 1.
Let's see it.
I believe in you.
Oh. You do know the process. It takes time, first off. Because they have to do a thorough investigation on, one, how bad is the situation? 2, is it repairable? And 3, if it's not repairable, are they able to put something in place?
How long are we talking?
If it depends on how bad it is. If it's crazy bad, like the prince has no control over their city whatsoever, then it can be very, very quickly. But you're also going to get a lot of dangerous people that are going to come with. Versus if it's not super crazy and like just more of an annoyance and a lot of people are complaining about it, then probably a bit longer, like a couple months. So it all sort of just depends on how bad they sort of read the situation to being. And that's even if the KM decides that territory is even worth having a tower presence there in general.
I mean, there are worse things than them deciding to pull out of Indy.
Exactly.
From Carter's perspective.
But that's sort of what you know. Like, overall, the process could be anywhere between, there's like actual cam people here next week, or there's people here that are doing stuff over the next couple of months.
And do I have an idea of how to get that ball rolling?
Best opportunity you would know is probably talk to your sire and see where she can get it to. You just don't have the contacts to really reach out
No, that's
to
totally fair.
anyone that could get that ball actively rolling.
That's totally fair.
But with that being said, as Ashley shuts the trapdoor and you guys are now alone in the rave room, I think is what you guys call it, we will go ahead and wrap up for tonight's episode. I know we went a little bit over. I do apologize for everyone at home and in chatland. Thank you guys for being patient and hanging out here for a little bit longer, but it was some solid seriousness in RP, which is very few and far between for this table. So whenever it happens, I hate cutting it up because it is top notch. So thank you guys again. Again, this episode is sponsored by Adventure Dice. So make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca and give them a look and use code JBrews for 10% off your order. Other than that, guys, we will see you guys next week on another episode of Indy by Night. Have a wonderful night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.